Hello.
All right. Praise God. Amen. We have made it.
Sorry, doing a little adjusting.
No worries. Looks like everybody is
All
in
right,
the rooms. Hello,
we're
YouTube.
here.
Hey, Instagram girl. How y'all doing?
Hello. Hello, one and all. One more time. Sorry. Trying to make sure I don't look like a dream sequence. Okay.
All right. Well, welcome back. Of course, it is Monday night, so we're doing our reality recap. If you have not been
Hard.
here before, we do a little bit of a cross section between the two, being a little pop culture mess, reality TV, and real life issues. Tonight, we just talking
Mm-hmm.
about all the things that have happened over the last week as it relates to
Yes.
our reality stuff. So, getting into the mess, shall
Getting
we?
into the mess.
Oh, this is Deja. Hello, Kendra.
I,
There you go. Amen. Praise God. Welcome.
mm, Hello.
So I say this disclaimer every week, but if you are on Instagram, the show itself with the photos is going to be on YouTube. So if you want to see it, you got to come to YouTube.
Yes.
On to the pop culture. So the first story I have is about brother Michael B. Jordan. He made fun of himself on Saturday Night Live this week. He basically talked about his breakup with Lori Harvey and the reasons behind his sad face. So
Okay.
he was saying that he was just kind of, they just caught him at a rare moment looking crazy at the basketball game. And then that became the story that everybody ran with, that he was so sad and depressed about them breaking up. So yeah, whatever.
So
He didn't
wrong
really
for
go on.
people to have feelings. Like, would it have been wrong if he was actually into the lady and it didn't work out and he had a feeling about it? Is
No,
that a
but I
problem?
mean, it was a Saturday night monologue, so I think that he was just trying to make light of the fodder that's going around about him.
Well, I
And also,
understand. I
like,
just
he
was
has a
like,
movie coming out.
sure.
Child, he promoting this film that's coming out. That's really what it comes
Yeah,
down to,
Creed.
which is why he
Yeah,
was
of
there.
course. Of course.
So yeah, on to the next
Still trying to
thing.
adjust here. Okay.
So there's a MJ biopic coming, and his nephew Jaafar Jackson is in the photo here. He's slated to play Uncle Michael. I thought that was cute, but I was like, why would you name your child Jafar? Come on now, you're trying to be so good, okay? But like immediately,
Why?
what I thought about was Aladdin and the
Of
character
course.
Jafar.
Of course. Oh my goodness.
So I'm here for it. I want to see this biopic. I hope that it will be good. He actually the photo that I have here, he does kind of favor him a little bit, minus the
He
like.
does.
We just gonna say he favors him and move on. But yeah, are you guys looking forward to
At a
seeing
time.
Michael? Are you guys looking forward to seeing an MJ biopic? I don't know
Yeah.
when it's supposed to happen, but this was courtesy of, where did I find this today? I want to say this was on Hollywood Reporter, the Hollywood Reporter. Yeah. So
Okay.
I've been talking about them for the last couple of weeks since the drama has ensued. It seems that the two of them are out. ABC has decided to let them go. So, and this is also coming from the Hollywood Reporter. The tag basically is the ABC feels that it's best to for everyone to go ahead and move on and separate ties, and so much for that. So I think I don't know what I think his name is DeMarco. He's
Yeah.
currently on GMA3, so we'll see what that new lineup looks like. They need to just go ahead and bring Kiki Palmer back, even though I know
But
she's
also,
expecting. She was really good on that show.
yeah, but also, they got payouts. I think the TJ and Amy, they both got payouts. They got their contracts paid out, so they'll be good to stay afloat a little longer. And also, this could have been rightfully called "Play Stupid Games and Win Stupid Prizes." So,
Oh my God. In 2023, I think we're going to be bringing that tagline back. We ain't said that in a
because
while.
what? Because what and why? And then go up there and act like you have some sense. Don't get up on the TV and be like, "Well, we did what we did, and we're not sorry."
I'm saying, yeah. I mean, I'm with you, but that the unmitigated gall is a privilege that a lot of brown people don't have, and I think that Mr. Holmes may have been a little bit mistaken.
Yeah, he didn't have it either. He didn't have that privilege. He found out really
I
rapidly.
know, that's what I'm saying. Like, he was mistaken. Trying to be gentle here. All right. So, and then the last story and some sad news, prayers out for the Smileys. Ricky Smiley lost his son, Brandon Smiley, over the weekend, and we just want to send prayers and love to him and all of his loved ones who are suffering this great loss.
Really sad. Prayers to them.
So, oh yes, what am I drinking?
Cocktail?
I am.
Good.
So if you guys follow us over on Insta, I went ahead and put it up there. This is a take on a spicy margarita. I just threw a little dash of tahini in there, but you'll see the whole mix in a reel. So there you
go. I am in the last 2 days of dry January, and the way the bourbon is calling my name. I don't typically drink in the middle of the week, not hard liquor. It's usually a wine moment in the middle of the week. I am having bourbon on Wednesday. Thank you so much. Cannot wait. Cannot wait.
Sounds like it's been a rough, dry January.
Yes. So, all right. If you're here, if you are watching the replay, just a heads up, all of the timestamps will be down below so you can jump around to your favorite program and get right to it. So, where do you want to begin?
Well, I'm going to be straight out the gate. I did not watch all of the Housewives. I totally forgot. I only saw the last 10 minutes. So, you pick, because I missed a good chunk.
And this episode was pretty good, too. It was just fun. Candy Ache was hilarious this episode. We can just do Potomac. Since you didn't really watch it, we'll just do a high-level overview. Yeah, Candy Ache was a blast this episode, which, not my favorite. So me saying it means that she really was a blast.
I'm telling you, she was sending me in the previous episodes with them daggone glasses that she had on, where she looked like a bug with that bucket hat. I'm trying to tell you.
She was funny. Like, her one-liners that she was delivering this episode were top tier. And not like mean in the way that Candy Ache typically is. She's just like mean and just says awful things to people. And that's why I don't really care for her. Like, her shade is not light and fun. It's very
personal,
and it goes mean. It goes very, very mean. So she was just funny to me this episode. They went to a strip club for Robin's bachelorette. They went dress shopping. Was that this episode? Yes, because Ashley couldn't wait to go run the information back to Giselle and Robin about what had happened in Mexico on the end of that trip. Did you get there? Did you see any of that?
No, all I saw was them at the strip club with the ladies, and I was very confused as to why we went to a strip club with a group of straight women. Well, some who are, bisexual, but everybody was at the strip club with the women and not the men for a bachelorette. It was different. That's what I saw.
Strip clubs aren't fun. They're not fun. In my humble opinion. So that's all you saw. So that we'll just come back to that next week.
Sorry, y'all. I missed it.
It's fine. We'll come back to Real Housewives of Potomac. Y'all drop down in the comments and let us know what your favorite moments or one-liners were, and we'll address them next week.
Before we move on from Potomac, can we talk about the reunion looks? I did see that.
Hi, Shay. No comprende. I don't understand what the looks were giving and why. Somebody
that cropped of Giselle with the church hat.
I was like, that's what it looks like.
And
that's exactly what she looked like.
Like, so I put up here over the weekend or on Friday or whatever that at this point, Giselle got to be trolling us. Because why? Why do you look this horrible all the time? Like, such a beautiful woman. It's like, this is a joke. You are doing this to just be funny now. Like, you don't really, you don't really dress this awful. This is not real. Like you're trolling us. I don't know. I don't understand it.
And let's go back one millisecond. Robin's dress for her bachelorette was awful.
I didn't see it. All I could see was the thing on her head. She was sitting
like
down and drunk by the time I was watching it.
It was like sequin, but also like Adidas on the other shoulder. It was very not good. I don't know what that was.
So okay, I do have a question about the fits. What was Mia and Ashley the Bopsy twins? Because they had on the same outfit.
They were, and there was like a joke about that too, where
okay. Because I was like, am I tripping or is that the same outfit?
That was a funny moment too, because Mia was like, "Oh, we're twinning," but Ashley looks like a garden snake, and I look like a cobra or something like that. It was funny. It was very funny because Mia was like, "I'm filling it out. I have body yaddy yaddy," and Ashley is over here looking like a little stick pole. It was funny to me.
Okay, I'll have to catch up. Tickled. I did not watch. That's my bad.
This episode was just funny. It was just classic good housewife episode of mess and just funny confessionals. It was just funny. It was funny to me.
Well, good. We need funny.
I literally bust out laughing more than once this episode, and that's saying a lot because typically I'm just like, when is it over? And I was happy to be there. Back to the reunion looks. Wendy, I didn't understand the color scheme in the difference. I thought the design of the dress was pretty, but I was just like, I don't understand what the coloring was doing.
I don't know. I think the only one that I liked, I want to say, was Candiachi.
Yeah, same.
And I feel like I liked Mia's also, but I'm not for certain. I'm a reserve that opinion. I don't know.
Yeah. And then
but that
Ashley
church outfit
continued. Yes, and Ashley continued to look like Rainbow. And I thought Robin looked pretty, but she just looked regular pretty. Like there was nothing spectacular about it. She just looked nice and looked put together. And I appreciate that, especially when people look terrible.
Yeah.
When other people look so horrendously terrible, I appreciate a simple look that just lands.
Well, praise God, somebody is holding the fort. Oh, that's what I was going to say. The Karen. Now, listen, I love Karen. This is a Karen Stan account over here. But what the hell was that with this platinum blonde? Right? Like, this is about to sound problematic to tell, but I always feel like those of us who are lightly melanated should not be wearing a slick back that is like platinum blonde because it looked like your scalp. Like, it wasn't. She looked good from here down. The face was snatched, but I don't know. It just was giving like bald cap and then a bun on top.
Yeah. Oh, did you get the okay, did you watch where Sharice was going off about Candace? I mean, not Candace, about Karen.
Girl, I'm tired of Sharice. She got to go home. Okay. You can't be here no more, sis. Because like y'all 50-some-odd-year-old women, why is we talking about people sucking dick in the bathroom of a public establishment? Just don't make no damn sense. That's about as bad.
They be looking a mess. God bless.
But like that's about as bad as the old biddies that be talking about they ready to fight somebody in the street. Like, I love my mother to death, but she is ready to fight. And I'm like, Mom, you are 65. Girl, sit down. Like, no, because if you fight,
but I will say this though. I will say this because everybody seemed like they had heard the rumors, and I think I'm giving Mia credit. This falls under the category of broke clock is right twice a day. I think Mia is correct. I think Mia is correct that Karen and Ray have an arrangement because it seems like Mia and G have the same arrangement where G has already told Mia at a certain point, I understand what this is, and I can't climb the stairs no more. So you're going to have to go find you somebody else that can climb the stairs. And so
this analogy, I cannot climb the stairs. You know what? I don't want nobody that can't climb the stairs. Okay.
Well, that was Mia's words, not mine.
Oh, I'm like, so I missed that. So I didn't know. Yeah. Okay.
No, Mia said climb the stairs. So it's like
that's nice.
It seems like to me that she's right. That's probably Karen and Ray's arrangement, and Karen is free to canoodle unfortunately, she was probably canoodling a little bit too freely before she got on this here show. And now it's all coming back to, bite.
I mean, listen, again, but
Potentially.
also Sharice
Allegedly.
sat there and said at the table that none of this, because somebody, I don't know who it was, somebody asked if this was like going on like recent years since the group has all been together. And she said that this was beforehand,
Yeah,
but the Blue Eyes was the driver or whatever the case may be. So like none of this is like present day, like tea. So like, why are we talking about this?
Yeah.
Shay said Karen needs to have several seats. She chose that old man and needs to accept what comes with that.
Well, what is he? Now, Shay, now, what if he lives to be 106? She has to be set down forever?
Girl, no. That's why people have arrangements. And listen here, this is my real friend. She open-minded. Cut the shenanigans, girl.
Now, Mia said that she implied she and Gordon has had this conversation. So I'm just gonna go along with Mia because she's the one that's with much older man, and so it seemed to me.
Man, listen, I'm saying. So yeah, I don't know. I don't have too much else to say about that. I'm gonna catch up, and then I'll have more opinions next week.
Okay.
Okay, Shay, girl. She's over here on Instagram talking mess to us. Mm-hmm. Yes, till death, girl. If the shit ain't working, you ain't trying to do that. Stop the shenanigans.
No, ma'am.
If it's not working, you ain't trying to do that.
It's like I'll make sure you have a good nurse, child.
I'm saying, okay, you're gonna be fed and happy, but like if it's not working, shit, I might have to do something. Oh my God, let's move on. We are clowning. Okay. Ooh, my eyes is watering.
What's next?
Let's slide into the girls on where you want to go first?
We can do Ready to Love first.
Shay said, I would never marry a man that old. I'm saying, but at the age brackets that we are in, like you getting closer and closer to the shit ain't working. So like, anyway. What you say? We doing Ready to Love?
Yeah, we could do Ready to Love. I did not write any notes down, and I don't remember these people's names. Yeah, Jeffrey has got to go for sure.
She got to go home. Now, for some reason, when I was watching it on the app, I didn't get to see who went home. So you're gonna have to tell me because I missed it.
Who did go home? Was it Jeffrey?
Girl, even if they got pills for it, like what happens when they can't take? But listen, we're gonna have a side conversation.
I think it was Jeffrey. Did she go home? I am so not invested in Ready to Love this particular season.
I'm not either. It's not really well. I mean, you know what? Full disclosure, like I feel like a lot of the seasons have kind of been lackluster as of late.
Agreed.
So I feel like I'll be more invested in the couples as they dwindle down the people. We still in the beginnings. So
true. Very true.
DeMario DeMario is growing on me. And it's funny because when I don't know who he was talking to, but the girl that looks like Keisha Cole a little bit.
Yeah, she does look like Keisha Cole. I said the same thing.
You didn't see what I said because you were looking down.
Oh, sorry. I'm trying to find some notes about Ready to Love because I didn't take any, so I'm trying to find out what's going on.
The Keisha Cole lookalike said that he was a Libra, and I was like, I see that now. I see it because I was like, he's growing on me a little bit. I mean, I'm a Leo. We mesh, we go well together. Shout out to my Libra boos, love y'all. But at first I was like, no, absolutely not. But that's usually how it can go either way. Either you love them or you hate them. So we'll see. I don't know about him and Corvea because she's not connecting with anybody else. And while I totally understand, like you're here to connect with whom you connect with, like you're one person, that's what you want to go out with. You can't really play this game that way because if the other people feel slighted, then you go home.
Then you go home.
So yeah, Shay said Ready to Love hasn't been good since season 1. Girl, you ain't lying because that damn Mike was fine as hell. Ooh, he was fine. Whoo, child. That was
Yeah,
a
it hasn't
beautiful
been
name.
giving. It hasn't been giving. It hasn't been giving. I really don't remember who went home. Oh my gosh.
Okay, well, it was between Corvea, Jeffrey, and
Oh, it was a cliffhanger. It was a cliffhanger.
some. Okay, so that's why I didn't
It
see it
was a
because I was like,
cliffhanger.
"What's happening?"
I
That
was
happened
like,
before.
why can't I remember who went home? It was a cliffhanger. I just don't like Jeffrey. I think she's messy. I don't understand her. She's just completely unpleasant. I don't understand anything about her. I don't understand her energy. I just don't get it. I don't get it. There
I
was the
will
one guy.
give her like credit for how she handled Dimples, because excuse me as I fill up my drink here. Him wanting to have this conversation with her and then never tell her what it was that he was hurt about. Like, if you don't get the hell on with that, we grown ass people. Like, either we're going to talk about this or we're not going to talk about it. There's no sense in you telling me that you were hurt about something that happened, but then won't tell me what it is. Like that. That's some shit I don't like.
I guess I don't know. Part of me just felt like she was just unpleasant and just not like pleasant to talk to at all. Like, he hadn't even gotten the sentence out good before she was like, pew! And I was just like, okay, all right, okay.
No, she's just unpleasant in general. I will give you that, but at the same time, it's like, my man, if you know you're gonna have a conversation that could be potentially combative, be prepared, baby.
Yeah. And
like, go up there and tell her
what
you.
Either.
No, but like, say what you got to say and move on. Be done.
Yeah. And then the one guy who was off put immediately when somebody kissed somebody else. Do you remember this? I don't remember.
Tony from up top. Yeah.
Yeah. So Tony is something too. I can't put my finger on it. He just seems very.
I'm like,
he gives a little bit of bad vibes to me.
It's not. It's very like, do as I say, not as I do.
I guess.
That's the energy that I get from him. Like, I'm telling you X, Y, and Z, but you still feel, blah, blah, blah. Like, nix all of that. Just take what I'm saying. Yeah. And that's not how women operate. No. That's not how men operate either. Like, clearly your words and actions can be totally different.
Yeah. So anyways, that was that. I'll take better notes on Ready to Love next week. I'm just not invested yet. I feel like once I get invested, I'm like all in. But these couples, it's nothing is giving to me. Like, I don't see any clear, really good, well-matched couples. Not to me.
No, and I don't think the only couple that I see at this point is Corvea and DeMario. Because he was going to bat for her when it came down to like using the lifeline, which I agree with the other guy. Like, why would you use it now? Like, this is crazy. Just send somebody home that nobody is connecting with. And actually, I don't remember who it was. There was someone that was just like collateral damage because nobody was really claiming her anyway.
Right. Which
so
is
like,
fine. Like,
send
that
girl
kick her
home.
off. That's part of the easy part of the first weeks of the process is that you just kick off the people who no one's connected with. That's the easy part. It gets harder when you have to start eliminating people who you actually like, or you might think that they have a match or whatever. That's when it gets hard.
Exactly. So it just makes no sense to me for him to be ready to like throw it all away over one person early on in the game. And like, you have still so many people left. Like, that's stupid. Like, y'all need to figure out who it is that you're sending home and like be done. So we'll see what that is next week. I don't really have much else to say about Ready to Love, so yeah.
Love and Marriage DC.
Ciao.
Let me tell you something. Jamie, the way he is getting on my nerves with his son, with little Jamie. He is getting on my nerves. Listen, I understand little Jamie is 26 and he needs to take responsibility and be about his business. But when somebody is sitting down on the floor after you've already had an argument or whatever, and they're in the hallway sitting down in the floor, that is not the time to stand over them and start yelling.
I mean, I hear you, but I also am looking at this from the standpoint of like frustrated parents. So Arena and Jamie did Carlos's like after show conversation.
Okay.
And technical difficulties.
Sorry.
He basically went on to say, he said it on the show probably in like one of the confessionals. But he basically was going on to say, like, you know, I'm a child of the 70s where our parents couldn't, you know, didn't really have much to give. And if you wanted it, you had to go out and get it. And so to now have a child that's a male child that is 26 years old and is still, you know, like expecting us to take care of him and to do things for him, like this is frustrating. And then to also on top of that be so like flagrant, like none of y'all, you know, look out for me, these people look out for me, y'all don't do nothing for me. But at the same time, like he's paying, you know, a car note and a car insurance and like taking care of like legal issues and all that kind of stuff. While understandably we could say that this is like a parenting flaw that has just gone on too long, I still get the frustration, and I'm willing to give him grace and like humanity for the fact that you was already upset, hurt, and mad from one end. Then they drug you back into the fray, and you still flipping out.
I understand that, and I agree with that to a certain extent. But like, I don't think that you can. Okay, this is maybe unpopular opinion. I don't have children, so bear with me.
Neither of us do. So yeah.
Neither of us do. So I'm happy to be wrong about this. If you want your child at some point to stand on their own 2 feet, then you have to make them do it. Like you have to let them stand on their own 2 feet. So if you want him to stand on his own 2 feet, why are you paying a car note? Let the car get repossessed.
Yeah, but if the car is in, if the car is in their name, because I want to say that they bought that car. No, not in the child's name, in the parent's name.
I understand what you're saying. So keep paying it and park it. Don't give him the keys. Don't give him the access. Hey Val, I don't understand all of this. Like he's 26 and he's not on his own 2 feet. There's a lot of enabling going on, and all this yelling and hollering because you're frustrated now at 26. Why weren't you frustrated when he was 18 and when he was 16 and when he was misbehaving? And why didn't you? I understand people make mistakes and sometimes it takes longer than others to learn. But at a certain point, like, he didn't get like this overnight.
Touche.
At 26.
I agree.
And so
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So you yelling at him at his brother's birthday party while he's curled up in a ball outside in the hallway, like I don't know what that I don't know what that does. I don't know.
I mean, it does absolutely nothing. I will not disagree with you on that. Shay said they need to cut the cord. He's never going to grow up if that safety net is always there. True.
Absolutely.
But I feel like as a parent, you are always the safety net. So like, how do you navigate when to pull that out? Like I don't know.
You have to cut the cord.
For me personally, I was raised to believe that like my parents were my safety.
I too was raised
through conversations. Understanding through conversations that we've had on the show, like I have since, no, that's not, I don't feel that way anymore because of things that have happened. But, you know, like if that's something that you instill in your child from birth until, you know, whenever, like, how do you shift that?
I was also raised to believe that my mother was a safety net, and I still believe my mom's a safety net to a certain degree. But she was clear about the boundaries around her safety net. There were boundaries. So when I moved I moved out and I moved out of state, she made clear that she would help me with some things, but she was never paying rent. So I was clear that I had to get my own rent together. Yeah. Okay. She gave me a car, but she made it clear that I had to work to put gas in it. There was no $100 allowance for I moved off campus, and she made clear that she would help me with the rent, but all the other stuff was on me. So there were boundaries around it, and she still helped me, but she gave me the tools to be responsible. at the same time.
Agreed.
And when I did get in jams, she did help me. I got in a few jams and she helped me. But at the end of the day, it was because she knew that I was trying. And if I had not been trying, there would have been no help available. And I feel that in this situation, they have raised this kid has not been trying. It does not seem. It seems like maybe he's just now starting to try, but he's been doing whatever he wants to do for all this time, and they're continuing to give him $100 allowance to make sure he eats. They're continuing to give this, that, and a third. And I mean, I know some of that is probably safety concerns, like they don't want him out stealing or dealing drugs or whatever, trying to get food or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But like at a certain point, it's like he's 26.
I mean, I feel you. I was trying to get Shay Shay to chat with us because she is a parent, just to get her opinion. Like, how do you plan to like set those safety nets? But she doesn't decline the daggone live, so that's okay, girl. We'll chat another time. She's probably like friends sort of trying to set you up.
That's sort of how I fall out on this situation.
So with that mindset, I totally get it. You know, like I understand that and having set those parameters, but then like, so what if that's what you did and you set those, but you still gave your child, you know, like the world, so to speak, and they still keep looking for that. I'm not camera ready, girl. Put on a filter.
Well, I don't know, because that's not my situation. I've never been in that situation and I don't know that situation. But I think at a certain point you have to give tools, and you can't just keep paying the bills. Like that's
no lie.
It seems honestly like he was trying to give him tools, but he can't pass a background check because of all the other stuff that he did as, you know, a younger man or even maybe in his teenage years. So it's like he doesn't want to take the security job because Jamie has also tried to offer him that. So he doesn't want to take that. So it's like, okay, look, now we're at a crossroads. I'm not going to keep giving you money. I'm not going to keep giving you stuff if you don't want the resources that I'm giving you. But at the end of the day, I don't know what him standing over him and yelling at him in the middle of that hallway was accomplishing. I don't know what that accomplishes. And especially if you're at a party for your other son, now y'all done made a spectacle outside while the other son is inside having a good time. That to me was the time to be like, son, we will deal with this some other time. Get up and go enjoy your brother.
Yeah, but like people and their raw emotions, I don't know.
I understand raw emotions, but I just don't know. And like I said, I don't know. I'm not a parent.
Think that they could benefit from what I was going to say before is that I think that little Jamie definitely needs some sort of like therapy or coaching to help him get on his feet and figure out what's going on, because he is displaying so much anger and frustration. So there's something like there is an undercurrent there of some kind. If you're feeling like your parents don't help you and they don't support you, well then how and why? Like, let's get to the bottom of these things so that we can move you forward, and then you all can have a better relationship with one another. I think too that the family, him having his own separate, you know, coaching or therapy is one thing, but then as a family unit, like parent and child, I think that they should do that. I think that might help with them being able to have better communication as they continue to live out this adult parent relationship, because it's different once you pass a certain threshold of age in life.
It is. So, and I think, I definitely think that there's some therapy to help them transition, especially because it doesn't seem like they're behaving in a parent-child, like an adult parent-child relationship. So their dynamic hasn't really changed. So he's still treating him like a child because little Jamie's still acting like a child.
I mean, and he is. I mean, because but like at the same time, like he is a child. You know what I'm saying? Like you might be an adult, but he's still their child. So he's their child,
but he's not a minor child. He's not an image. He's 26.
But like he's not done anything together to like.
He's immature.
Evidently he ain't did nothing.
He
ain't got nothing. He was out there running them streets.
Yeah. Oh, Moni says my parents started me with paying for things early on, and when I started driving, I covered the gas. I didn't have a job, but it motivated me to find ways to cover it. So I started with babysitting. And I think those are the things you learn as a teenager. Like, okay, I'm gonna help you with certain things, but certain stuff you on your own.
Yeah, I don't disagree with this idea, but I've known youth that have had all of those things set in place and still ended up like little Jamie. And so that lends me to believe that there is some emotional like stunting or emotional growth. I won't say stunting, emotional growth that needs to take place that is not there. There is a deficit within their household that they cannot meet. They can't, like get him there. So they need someone outside of themselves to get their communication together, but also to get him to where it is that he needs to be. Yeah. And that he's also open they said they were gonna listen
go, to. Yeah, they said they were going to go to counseling, right?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. So I hope that works for them to try to move past like this tumultuous relationship that they're having, because it's not helpful. It's not helpful for his future. It's not helpful it's just not helpful across the board. For any of the parties involved. So hopefully they can get past it.
I agree. I think that the Tylers, I think that they are a beautiful family. I just want the communication piece is what's really missing, because that was also evident with the child that wanted to go off to the school for the blind. Mm-hmm. Not school for the blind, but like the rehabilitation where he could basically just be his own adult, and they help him to kind of have his own place and what that's like taking care of himself.
Like independent living. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you. I couldn't. The words were escaping me. Moni said counseling is great. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think so. I'm always gonna well, not just me, we are always gonna say that people should do that. Everybody needs a little therapy in their life, whether you are, like long-term therapy, or if you're doing coaching of some sort. It's beneficial to your personal development.
Absolutely. Why did they call a tattoo artist to come do that dumbass tattoo?
Child, I don't know.
That was so stupid. That was like a smile. That's what y'all call somebody to set up a whole tattoo parlor in your basement to come do 2 dots in a line.
I mean, but like at the tattoo artist was the bestie's friend, and then like it was just a joke between the two of them. It was just funny. So I mean, people do stupid things together.
They could have popped by the local tattoo shop. They did that. They did not have to call nobody over to the house to go do that. They could have did that on a Tuesday afternoon, child.
I mean, I don't know. I ain't here to judge. It is what it
Moni
is.
Said maybe even meet with a financial coach to help him adjust to taking care of himself. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I don't disagree with that either.
And then Winter, what is Winter doing?
I don't know. I'm like,
she's making songs that no one wants to hear.
No, she's the sign my papers. I was like, and so right after the episode, Carlos did a pull up or a live or whatever with Winter, and he was talking about how he was playing that song, and I'm like, now Carlos. And what? It was funny. It was funny for the moment, like for the show when she was singing to him to sign the papers. But like, why do we make this a real song? This is so crazy to me.
Why the girls want to get up here and make music is beyond me. Like, music is the least profitable thing you could do with this platform.
Hello.
You can sell T-shirts and make more money than making a stupid song that nobody wants to hear.
Agreed. I mean, you make a whole lot more money with selling some apparel than to make a song. I'm saying. I don't know, but like so for that offline conversation that was had between Carlos and Winter, it was clear that Winter is the person that like stirs the pot, which is why she's a part of the show. Like she's the one with mess.
Yeah, of course.
So, like,
but it's not
back.
It's inartful, to say the least. It's like, it's not, the way she does it is not, it doesn't look effortless. It's very, it gives a lot of effort. I like my mess to be stirred kind of like casually.
So
she doesn't do that to me. It's like, let me call over and get your best friends. I don't remember if it was Arena's best friend. Who does the pot? No, Ashley. Let me call over to Ashley's best friend and have her sit in the studio while I record
Sharella.
this song, Sharella, while I record this song produced by her husband about her best friend. That what? That don't make no sense. And then it's going to sit up and be like, I just don't know why you're upset with me. It's like, yes, you do. You know.
I just feel like she just don't care. I think Winter is just mess, and it is what it is. She gives me Giselle vibes.
No, don't do that to Giselle.
She does. She gives me Giselle vibes. Like she's because so here's the thing. Like when the foolishness started, when it popped off the previous year, like all of that started between her and Ashley and Arena, because Ashley was like very like in her face about, well, why are you a relationship coach or whatever the case, and like you going through a divorce, or you didn't notice that in the third, and like just wildly egregious with the person that you just met. Like, girl, calm down. I understand that you might be thinking these things, but like let it simmer a little bit, get to know a bitch, and then ask these questions. Like, my gracious. So like the beef that they have, I feel like was started by Ashley, and then it was just carried on between the two of them.
I guess. I just feel like the whole of it is just I don't know. Like Winter, I guess what I mean when I say like it's not very effortless is Winter's not friends with any of these people. She doesn't like them. She didn't like them. Why is she invited? It's like most times with reality TV, there's still a tie-in as to why this person is still hanging around. Winter was Monique's friend. Monique is gone.
Yes.
And so why is Winter being invited?
So with Monique being gone, it's now an ensemble cast. So if you watch out, like I'll send you the thing, but watch that conversation, because basically both she and Carlos said that the first season was basically all centered around the Samuels and Monique, and like we said before, she doesn't give like main character energy. So now that it's more of an ensemble cast, it's like this is the first season of Love and Marriage DC. That was the previous season was like pilot energy, so some of them folks didn't make it through the gates. You know what I mean? Like,
I get that, but it's still, she's missing a link to the group to me. Like for me, usually, even if it's a fake link,
right? There's usually some sort of people don't really know each other.
No, yeah, agreed. But usually, when we're introduced to somebody new, we're introduced to them through somebody. And if that person who we're introduced to, or they fall out with that person that brought them into the group, they become friends with somebody else in the group, so that it makes sense for them to still be around. And I think that's what they're trying to use Sharella as that bridge, but we don't know her either.
So, well, I mean, but also we now have Joy, and Joy wasn't necessarily like they're saying, oh, like Arena is saying that and Joy are both saying that they've known each other for like a year or whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
You know, they've been party hopping. Like a friend to the show, Joy, told us that Joy and Clifton of the TV show have been like perusing all the DMV events.
Yeah.
And they've been out and about everywhere. So like, of course, they're going to run into each other, but I don't feel like these people really know each other. Like at all.
I'm not saying that they do. I'm not saying that they do. And I'm not saying that they do for any of these franchises. I know they don't know each other, but you have to give me a plausible story as to why somebody is still around. What's the
connect?
Correct. If these are events that are being thrown by these people, right? Mm-hmm. Why is Winter would never be invited to the thing? Why is Winter there? Did she come as somebody, you know, like in the past, it'll be like, oh, I brought her as a +1. Even though she's like, I know you don't really care for her, but I thought you should talk, and I brought her as my +1. Like, they would give you some sort of story to make it believable. And frankly, this is a part of Destiny's problem as well, is because we don't have nothing to just. She's grasping because she's trying to have. She is trying to have a relationship with Tisha, and she tried with Kimmy a little bit. So she's grasping at straws to try to find her link into the group. But Winter's link into this group is not believable. And it is clear that she is just there to start mess. And it's fine, but it's like I like a little bit more continuity in my storyline, even if it's fake continuity, if it's just for the cameras. That's all I'm saying.
I hear you. I think that as the rest of this season plays out, because we're only in episode 2, maybe we'll get more of the continuity that's missing. I think I'm almost certain of that, because I want to say Sharella is not a main cast member either. She's just a friend of the show, so she's like the bridge for Winter at this point. So the irony of all of these things is that a friend of mine works with these people, directly. So now that being said, we have not had any conversations about this show. So I'm not even trying to, like, if anyone should see this, ain't nothing going on. My friend is super professional, but I just find it interesting that, like, I have like 1 degree of separation between real life and the people on TV. So,
and then the last thing I'll say, and then I don't know if you have some last takeaways. Joy coming in hot with Sharella because Sharella's husband did something to her, as far as like back in the day with career and her singing career. And I don't know, maybe she thought, or maybe Sharella did have something to do with it and had something to do with her husband not being in the band anymore. But it seemed like her issue was with Sharella's husband. So I didn't understand why she came in so hot. And it seemed like the issue was old, because that album cover looked old. So
it does.
About 20 years ago.
Just don't. So girl, I am not of the belief that, like, because you are connected to a person that we are gonna have beef. That's crazy to me. We're gonna have beef because you have inserted yourself in the beef. That's really it. But 100%. That remains to be seen. That might be what the beef is about, that she's inserted herself because that is her husband. And, like, you know, if you anything like me, I'm gonna stand by my man. So you talking some craziness that we're gonna have issues. You know, I get that.
So anyways, that's pretty much it for this week. Do you have any other you've been watching anything else that you want to address?
Child, no, we're gonna wrap this right on up. So thank you all for staying with us. If you stayed through to the end, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and we will see you in the next conversation. Bye.
Bye.
Jesus, not me hitting the wrong button.